Hey, you're not going to hear much about it here in the United States, but our good friends, Obama's buddies in Tehran, are working hard to develop a missile program that could be used to launch nuclear weapons to threaten Israel and Europe, possibly even the U.S. of A.
Iran says the United States won't learn how powerful its missile program is until it's too late. Chris Mitchell brings us the story from Jerusalem.
Iran's missile program is one of the most ambitious in the world. Its arsenal ranges from long-range ballistic missiles that could reach Europe to shorter-range missiles already used by regional terror groups against Israel and Saudi Arabia.
Officially, the claim is that the missile industry is for defense purpose only. As for the long-range missiles, it's obviously not a defensive tool.
The U.S. and 5 world powers lifted most of the international sanctions as part of their nuclear deal with Iran. The UN Security Council still called for work to stop on ballistic missiles that can carry nuclear weapons. Iran never complied and now argues its missile program has nothing to do with the deal. In addition, Iranian President Hassan Rouhani ordered an expansion of the missile program. Commander Ali Hajizadeh says Iran's Revolutionary Guard Corps will get 2 new advanced missiles when the Persian New Year begins in March. Both will have a range of more than 1,000 miles. Ayelet Savion is the Iranian expert with the Middle East Media Research Institute here in Jerusalem. She says from time to time, Iranian officials speak openly about the missile program.
They kept saying that the main purpose of their long-range missile was targeting Israel.
Even with the nuclear deal in place, Iranian commanders taught the U.S. about their missiles and military capability.
We have land-to-sea missiles with very heavy warheads located in tunnels along the Persian Gulf coastline. The Americans themselves once said that the IRGC Navy forces had dug over 1,000 tunnels along the coast of the Persian Gulf.
Ali Fadavi is the Iranian Revolutionary Guard Corps Navy commander.
When will the Americans learn about the things we haven't shown them? We will demonstrate this at a certain point in accordance with our interests, or when the time is right. At that point, the Americans will know our abilities and it will be too late for them.
Earlier, Iranian television revealed the missile tunnels, saying they had around 500 of them.
Almost all Iranian cities have at least one missile base. What you see is like an iceberg floating on the water, some part of which is only visible. We have so many such bases that even if they manage to identify some of them, it still will be to no avail.
Savion says the admission of the tunnels has to do with regional tensions.
I think they said it because of the tension being so escalating between Iran and Saudi Arabia. They said we have hidden cities of missiles.
And it's not an idle threat.
They also said that they equipped Israel's neighboring Islamic movements, such as Hezbollah and Hamas, and other Palestinian groups, such as Islamic Jihad, with Iranian technology and missiles.
Retired IDF officer Michael Segal says Iran is setting its sights high.
They want to create some kind of a balance of power with the United States, with other European players. And if Iran is on its way to become a superpower, and the missile program is indeed a pillar in the Iranian national security doctrine.
Chris Mitchell, CBN News, Jerusalem.
Thanks, Chris. Now, folks, I want you to get in your mind, just put in your mind, about 3 years from now, we wake up and find that those missiles have got nuclear tips on them, and that the Iranians have had a breakthrough with their bomb, and they now can put nuclear warheads on those missiles. The missiles are now capable of reaching Rome. They're capable of reaching Paris. They're capable of reaching Bonn. They're capable of reaching London. They're capable, of course, reaching Tel Aviv, and they certainly can reach into the heart of Saudi Arabia anywhere they want to. Now, that would be a nightmare. You wake up and think, either I will accord to their demands, whatever they are, or my capital city will be incinerated in a nuclear holocaust. Now, that's what they're going for. There will be nuclear blackmail of an area we have never known before. And if those crazies decided they wanted to start blowing off nukes, then you're looking at the death of millions and millions of people. Now, the radical Islamic terrorists of ISIS are also working with weapons of mass destruction, chemical weapons. Wendy Griffith has that story.
Thanks, Pat. CBN News has learned of a new chemical weapons attack launched by ISIS in northern Iraq. It's yet another sign of the terror group's growing capability to obtain and use the deadly weapons. Charlene Aaron has the story.
CBN military correspondent Chuck Holton traveled in northern Iraq, where he found evidence the Islamic State launched 30 mortar shells near Sinjar on February 11th. Those shells turned out to be chemical weapons.
To sicken about 175 Kurdish soldiers who were here in these positions along the front line.
The humanitarian group Free Burma Rangers helped treat the exposed soldiers. This one suddenly collapsed in front of us while receiving aid. Whoa. This soldier said his chest is clogged and that he has trouble breathing. Holton discovered signs of the chemical weapons surrounding the demolished city of Sinjar. It's not the first time. U.S. officials told The Hill recently that ISIS used chemical weapons in northern Iraq last August. Defense Secretary Ashton Carter says the U.S. is watching ISIS's emerging capability very closely and has taken action against it. Holton explained the significance of this latest attack.
If ISIS has access to chemical weapons and is able to make them or has a stockpile that it's captured in Syria, those things could very easily be moved around the globe and be used with horrible effects.
ISIS continues to advance in northern Iraq, although Peshmerga forces recently retook the city of Sinjar. They found heavy destruction along with many IEDs. Kurdish and Peshmerga forces hoped that capturing Sinjar would cut a key supply line between Mosul, Iraq, and ISIS headquarters in Raqqa, Syria. But Holton reports that ISIS has found a secondary road south of Sinjar and continues to move troops and supplies between the two countries. Charlene Aaron, CBN News.
Pat, what does this mean if ISIS has chemical weapons?
What it means is a dangerous escalation, Wendy, and if we don't do something about it, they will use them. They're already using them, and they don't hesitate to destroy life. They have no regard for life. And I think, ladies and gentlemen, we have to understand the mindset of these people. They are looking for the Mahdi. They're looking for this Islamic savior to come, and according to their legend, he will only come when there's a time of chaos. And so if there is a chaos on the ground, people are lying dead and wounded and cities are demolished, that's the perfect scenario for the Mahdi to come. So he will fulfill their eschatology. They're looking for it. We don't look for that here in the West. We're looking for peace and joy. And when the Lord comes, we're looking for the New Jerusalem. We're looking for something better. They're looking for destruction, and they don't mind participating to help him along. Wow. Wendy.
Pat, well, here at home, Donald Trump is looking to continue his winning streak in today's Nevada Republican caucuses, while Ted Cruz and Marco Rubio are making their case to be the primary alternative to Trump. Ephraim Graham has that story.
We're going to make America great again, and we're going to keep winning, winning, winning.
After big wins in New Hampshire and South Carolina, Donald Trump is looking for another one in Nevada today. A recent CNN poll showed the billionaire GOP frontrunner ahead in the state by 26 points. At a massive campaign rally Monday night, Trump continued to attack his rival, Senator Ted Cruz.
This guy Cruz lies more than any human being I've ever dealt with.
The battle between Trump's chief rivals, Ted Cruz and Marco Rubio, has intensified as the two seek to slow Trump's momentum and become the primary alternative to Trump. Trump's seemingly unstoppable rise has some Republican leaders rallying around Senator Marco Rubio as the best alternative candidate. Rubio says most Republicans are not behind Trump.
Donald has a base of support, but the majority of our party doesn't want him as our nominee.
Arkansas Governor Asa Hutchinson says he's backing Rubio's presidential bid, giving the U.S. Senator from Florida his highest profile endorsement in the state a week before its Republican primary. And the battle for the GOP nomination took on a personal tone Monday when Ted Cruz fired a top aide for spreading a false video supposedly showing Rubio attacking the Bible.
We will conduct this campaign with the very highest standards of integrity.
Ohio Governor John Kasich and Dr. Ben Carson are also competing in Nevada, but neither appears to be in a position to win.
For now, it appears to be Trump and whoever may emerge as the primary alternative. Ephraim Graham, CBN News.
And just a reminder, Pat will be interviewing Donald Trump tomorrow at Regent University, and we'll have that interview on Thursday's 700 Club. And Pat, I'm sure you're looking forward to being with the Donald.
Well, the Donald's a friend. I've known him since I went to a prize fight, a heavyweight fight up at the Trump Casino in Atlantic City, and I've known him since then. And Marla Maples, I knew, and others. So anyhow, he's a friend. We'll see. But boy, he sure is tearing them up. I just cannot believe how he's done. And unless something happens, we've got a big Super Tuesday. I mean, a super primary for all these states.
Well, Regent University, this is an exciting time. You've got all kinds of candidate potential.
Well, I've got him
on
at noon. I've got Cruz in the evening of Friday, and I don't know who. I've got Ben Carson coming.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so they stop off. Regent University, ladies and gentlemen, America's the world's preeminent Christian graduate university. Wow. Well, I'm saddened by what Wendy's going to tell us about. I talked to this gentleman on the phone. I prayed with him. He and his wife were, I can't tell you how important they were in the early days of CBN as they were their singing and their inspiration. Wendy, tell us about it.
Yeah, that's right, Pat. Gospel music legend Buck Rambo has died at the age of 84. Rambo died Sunday evening in Florida, surrounded by his family. His career spanned more than 60 years, including his famous group, the Singing Rambos. And of course, he also appeared here on the 700 Club. He was honored many times, including numerous Grammy and Dove Award nominations. After the Rambos disbanded in 1994, Buck continued to travel and minister with his wife, May. He's survived by May, his daughter, and multiple grandchildren and siblings. He will be missed. The City Council in Charlotte, North Carolina, passed a law Monday allowing transgender people to choose male or female public bathrooms according to which gender they identify with. North Carolina's governor has called the measure a threat to public safety, and he's warned that the state's General Assembly may step in. The issue has already divided people in North Carolina, as it has in other states, and I can see why, Pat.
Wendy, you know, if a little boy, a little girl has genes inside of them that are contrary to their physical makeup, and over the years they have just totally identified with the opposite sex, and they feel trapped in a body, well, I don't see anything wrong with letting them have the necessary surgery and hormonal treatments to adjust that imbalance. I mean, that's one of those things, and there's no sin in it. But the idea of having some little kid who's 10 years old saying, well, I'm not a boy anymore, I'm a girl, and I want to go to the girls' bathroom. Yeah, in your dreams, kid. What are you talking about? All right, if you want to get your appendages chopped off, by all means, go to the little girl's bathroom. And until you do, keep your mouth shut. And guys down in North Carolina, I'm with the governor on this one. Get real.